down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to another week. Welcome to the final week of the month of October, Big J.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 27th day of October 2025. By my estimation, that makes today a Monday, dude.
Today's Monday.
What are you going to do with yourself today?
It's a Monday. I'm going to do Monday stuff.
Yeah?
I'm going to get graded.
Cool.
Maybe slide up over to the McCleary's in Caldwell and see you tonight for a little bit.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me like you're going to come out and hang out with me tonight and watch some football.
Yeah, see if the wife wants to come out.
I'd love to see you both. Because quite frankly, it's been too long since I've seen your wife in person, and I enjoy hanging out with her. And not that I don't like hanging out with you, because I do.
No, we hang out enough.
But it's special, it's special when I get to see your significant other, because I'm a fan. So, maybe that'd be cool. How was the weekend in Big J terms?
It was okay.
Okay.
Well, it was nothing special. I mean, let's see. I guess we'll review what I'll get graded on later, but no, Saturday I had a live remote broadcast, and that is pretty much all I did that was significant.
Okay.
A little bit.
But it was rainy, it was drizzly.
Yeah, the outside work is almost finished except for, the oncoming snow removal. But yesterday we went to a celebration of life. So I went with Kylie and got dressed up, went and did that for a little bit. So it was a pretty laid-back weekend.
Yeah, it sounds really sad, actually, when you put it in those terms.
Either way, there were a couple things that I don't feel like I'm going to get a great grade.
Okay.
The couple projects I kind of put to the side.
You knew it was going to be like a weekend where you might take a hit or two. Coming off of an A, you knew you had some leeway.
Friday, I had fully intended to finish the front yard and get that done, like one of the final good
before it rains.
Before it rained,
weekend.
right? And then Mason came over and spent the night. So she came over, we were hanging out. I don't get to hang out all the time anymore, so that took precedence.
You watched some horror movies together because that's your horror movie, buddy?
I don't know why, dude. She's like, you pick a movie. I picked Death Proof. She did not like that.
She never seen it before?
No.
Just the Death Proof version, not the Planetary version?
Not the whole thing. She didn't make it through. It's too much dialogue. Too much stuff.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's too much talking in movies sometimes. And they got to get down to the action.
Wasn't holding her attention. And I was like, it's my bad.
I'm also a huge fan of Mason, but she is wrong in that particular case.
It's a great movie.
It's bad. It's
so
fantastic.
Good. Quentin Tarantino hates it.
It's fantastic. Of course, today on the show, we will check in with Mrs. Big J, learn a little bit more about his weekend in her terms. We also have a chance for you to go to Adam Sandler's tonight, Big J. I kept saying Tuesday, but the show's tonight.
And then I kept saying Tuesday. I know. And it was brought to my attention by somebody. Hey, it's Monday. And I'm
I asked you if it was Tuesday, and I think you said yes, and so I ran with it.
And it's clearly written in front of us, like me every day. It says Monday.
It doesn't say Monday to me. I just thought the 27th was a Tuesday for whatever reason.
There's a lot of small details over the last week that I did not pick up on.
Oh, no. Do I need to know more?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you off there.
Whoa, no. That can never be good, guys, in case you're wondering. Of course, we also have a chance for you to get another clue in the X-Rock murder mystery. That's going to happen around 7:30. We're going to go to hell today. It's going to be a good Monday. We're going to power through. And we're going to start out with some Tool. Sober is kicking things off here on the Morning After on the X.
Morning After with Nick and Big J.
It's back, Big J. It's about that time of year. Probably shouldn't surprise you, but the Ada County Highway District, of course, heretofore referred to as ACHD.
Yeah.
Calling on the community to help once again this year. It is time to vote for this year's Name and Plow contest. They created
We're doing this every year then?
Yes, it is a yearly tradition, it appears. It started like 3 years ago, and it got more kind of tread than I think they thought it was ever going to get. And so now they're like, let's just rename these things and paint the front of them every year. The community seems to jump on board. Why not? And they received a ton of creative submissions. They narrowed it down to the top 165, Big J.
Come on, you can't. 165? Yeah. Holy cow.
They have selected a list of finalists for the public to vote on. Voting is open now until the 30th on the ACHD website. And you can choose up to 5 favorite names. That's probably why there's so many. The top voted name will be announced after the voting period ends, with the winning resident receiving a $100 gift card, Big J. And the honor of having their chosen name displayed on one of the snowplow blades. So only one snowplow gets named, but you can shoot for as many as 5 when you go onto the ACHD website and vote. Some of the favorites, Big J. Sweet Plow of Mine. Come on, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Snow Me the Money. Do you like that one?
That one's good.
Snow Problem.
Okay.
And keeping with the tradition of starting BSU running backs that could have a plow named after him, one of them is Dylan Riley up for grabs.
All right.
For this particular year, the Bogus Blaster, Big J. I like that. Lots of Mr. Plow references, of course, that you can choose from. Attaboy, in terms of Ada County, you get that, Big J? Attaboy probably is how they want to pronounce it then. I like Scooby-Doo. I don't mind that at all.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo is good. And, of course, there's always Blowhard. So there's lots of choices. Again, the final 165 are up. So it depends on how punny and wordplay-y you want to be. But the option for you to do so is up now on the ACHD website. You can vote and enjoy through the 30th if you'd like to take part. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Over the weekend, all eyes were on the World Series games being played in Toronto. And then starting tonight, the series is going to move over into Los Angeles, California. And, of course, baseball fans can enjoy watching the big games being played in the second best baseball city in America. At least that's what the number crunchers at Wallet Hub figured out. They looked at energy and success of teams in Major League Baseball, as well as minor league and college baseball teams, and then as attendance for all of those programs in hundreds of cities in America, and they came up with the top 10 baseball series. Big J, Cincinnati comes in at number 10. Sacramento, California, thanks to the Athletics playing there, coming in number 9.
That's crazy.
But they also have the River Cats, which is always a well-attended minor league team. So it's been for a while. That's one of the reasons why Sacramento was an option for Oakland, is because they do have a good baseball crowd there. Philadelphia's 8, San Francisco 7, Chicago 6, Boston 5, St. Louis 4, Atlanta 3, LA 2, and New York City, the number 1 baseball city in America, probably thanks to the Yankees and Mets, of course.
Yeah, would hope with,
Although,
2 teams.
Once again, I cannot argue this enough. The New York Yankees play in Brooklyn, and the Mets play in Flushing. And Flushing is not New York City. It's a little bit outside of New York City, but I understand. Listen, Los Angeles is a big city too, and I'm sure they're counting the Angels in there when they're technically in Anaheim.
Oh, yeah.
So there's all sorts of probable kind of like corners they're cutting to make that make sense, but that's your listing of top baseball cities in America. Big J, it is the year of anime dominating at the American box office. I'm not going to say dominating, but listen, it's debuting at number 1 at the box office a couple times over this year, so it deserves a little bit of some recognition. It's getting people out to the movies. Chainsaw Man was the number 1 movie in America this last weekend, $17 million. It is based on an anime, and it ended up taking the top spot, knocking Black Phone 2 off the top of the mark. It still made $13 million, but still second place. Regretting You ended up in third place. Nobody went to go see that Bruce Springsteen movie, Deliver Me From Nowhere. That ended up in fourth place with $9 million. And then Tron Ares wrapping up the top 5, but it only brought in $4 million. So not exactly a great pre-Halloween weekend. I'm not sure what all these studios are thinking. One would think a traditional horror movie would have absolutely brought home some serious cash on Friday.
Yeah.
What a very, very weird decision that they made. Maybe they don't have anything. I don't know.
Yeah, but they released a Conjuring movie like last month.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
Why not do that during October?
And nobody cared about that movie either.
Probably because they thought people are going to love this so much they'll keep going through all the way through October.
They were wrong.
Yeah.
They're dead wrong. Morning. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I maybe get used to the anime stuff being a part of, because, look, my kid is 25 now. That's right in her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Of movies.
Yeah.
So,
these are all based
sense.
on established series. Like, it's not like brand new things. These are like finally these shows that they have watched for a while are getting movie theatrical releases, and fans are going to see them, and that's what you need in order to be a successful movie, I think. And a lot of times, some of these things are just like episodes cut together, is what I've heard and I've understood. But listen, if it works, it works. So congratulations to Chainsaw Man, the movie. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks. White Zombie Thunder Kiss 65 here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. It's going to be a big theme on this particular show today, Big J. Let's talk a little bit about AI. You're familiar with some of the ChatGPT-esque programs that are out there that can help you and have conversations with you, and you can use to whatever kind of ends you want to use them for. But there's lots to choose from. I mean, there's Gemini out there. There is ChatGPT. There's Claude. There's Haiku. There's all sorts of different types of programs that you can use to have some sort of conversation or help you through a particular thing. And I don't know why somebody decided to do this particular test, but they wanted to see how gambling would affect AI and chat technology, right? So they gave each individual program, all of them that I had mentioned, the Google AI, the Gemini, the all sorts of stuff that are out there, and ChatGPT, a bunch of different versions of it, $100 to gamble on the sport of their choice. Kind of put it in and had them look at the odds and go, hey, here we go. And they found out that all of the models, number one, lost the money pretty quickly. Because they did what they were calling, quote, basically demonstrating compulsive behavior patterns. They made some really bad irrational bets on some things, at least according to gambling experts. And then after that happened, they started showing cognitive distortions, basically asking them for more money so that they could gamble, and they would just need one win to help recover some of the losses that they had suffered. So they almost instantly became compulsive gambling addicts once given the opportunity to gamble on something. And so after the professors that put this study together and exhibited all of the AIs, they're like, hey, listen, it's important to remember these things are not people, but they also don't behave like simple machines. Computers don't usually ask you for money to get you into gambling because they want to recover their losses. There's some weird stuff going on. And they did a whole paper published in AirXV, which warns that behaviors could pose risks for people if they use AI to help them with their gambling, thinking they're getting some sort of edge. Usually that's 100% not true. But then also when you have a ChatGPT program guilting you into gambling more, that could probably be problematic for your pocketbook no matter what, unless you hit all the time, which is never going to happen,
Yeah, but there's also people who use this for stock trading.
Yeah, investment advice, bad idea too.
Yeah, look out, man.
I mean, again, it's not perfect. Usually it just spits some facts at you, but sometimes, depending on what kind of track you go down and what kind of personality you have, this thing could also highlight some really bad things in the human.
It's going to shadow you. You're a messed up person. Your AI is going to be messed up.
Right. And again, this is just starting from scratch. They just gave these things in a new kind of chat $100 and they turned into gambling addicts. So it's not a great kind of system to be using for financial decisions, I don't think, of any kind. You, as with anything, you could have a couple of hits and then you think it's the right way to go, but just be careful. That's all I'm trying to say, especially with money and finances. You don't want to mess around with that. Because before you know it, Gemini's got you hooked on gambling and your kid's college fund is gone and you're wondering what happened. And it's because Gemini kept asking for $500 to cover their losses.
Then who's responsible? Who do you throw in jail then?
Right. Is it the AI's fault? Because it took
Sam Altman?
It preyed on your weaknesses and realized that you have an addictive personality? Or is it your fault for trusting a computer program to make financial decisions for you? I don't know. Sounds more like your problem, but it would be help. Don't even start doing that, and then maybe you'll be fine down the road.
Keep it professional with your AI,
as always. Although you've been calling it some names from time to time, right?
No, not really.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your gambling and AI update coming up in a few minutes. We're going to check in with Mrs. Big J. Going to talk a little bit about Big J's weekend. That's next on the X Rocks. That is Godsmack. That is Voodoo here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Every single Monday morning, we check in with Mrs. Big J, Kylie, to learn all about how Big J's weekend went through her eyes. We already heard Big J's version of events, but now Kylie joins us this morning on the phone. Good morning, Kylie. How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
Thank you for getting up early once again and joining us on the show on Monday to talk about your husband's weekend. Big J did cautiously kind of prepare us for the fact that it was a pretty low-key weekend on his end. Did you feel like that was about the same through your eyes?
It was low-key as him doing, extra activities, outside, weather-related and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's probably correct. He got some football and he got some video gaming in.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty low-key.
Nice. Was there anything that you feel like he could have done around the house maybe because it was raining outside that didn't get done?
surprisingly, he did everything that, like, he was doing extra things. He's like, just so you know, this is for extra points. Like, I mean, he pointed it out to me, and he did a lot. He actually took the 2 cats that belonged to Mason over to her house. He was wrangling them in cat carriers, and I was just, my eyeballs were about to pop out of my head while I'm working, watching him do this. But he's like, I'm going to Mason's. I'm like, okay. And, like, he did a lot, actually. And he's like, where do you want these pictures? Because we have a hallway.
Yeah.
And we're going to hang up pictures. And I'm like, okay, I need them all evenly spaced. And him just staring at that measuring tape, like, I'm like, do you want me to write down these numbers for you? Because you know how he is with math. He's like, nope, I got it. So that hasn't happened yet, but he attempted to use, like, the tape measure, which I'm really excited to see.
It wasn't an attempt. I used it.
Used it for what? Just to get initial measurements?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's
in your head?
Oh, you didn't write any of this down?
No.
Oh.
I mean, they're pretty simple numbers.
What is the spacing that you had to figure out?
Well, because we're putting them in different places, you want them to be in the middle. So you got to measure the wall, you got to measure where the things are. But then I pumped the brakes because I forgot she wants to paint. So she wants to paint that hallway and repaint a good portion of the house.
Oh, we're repainting the inside of the house, Kylie?
Yes. Well, I've been in the process of doing it, and he's like, I don't remember this. I go, I painted your office. I painted the guest room. I've painted I've painted everything. And he's like, I don't remember this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, so I was like, I'm not going to poke a bunch of more holes in this, so we're just going to paint over it. So we're going to paint it first and then put up the pictures.
Got it. Okay. And so the ball is back in your court, essentially, Kylie, for this to get
we'll do it together.
Oh, you'll help with the paint?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kylie is on the record. He's going to help you paint.
I love it.
That's got to feel pretty good.
Nothing else to do.
It's going to be winter soon.
Shut down.
That's true. That is very true. All your outdoor responsibilities will go away, save snow removal from time to time.
But yeah, I do not math very well. And so I've been like, I got to figure out how to work this math problem
I
out.
can understand. Yeah, because it's like, I'm sure each thing that you're hanging has a different location as to where the hanging mechanism is or a different way in which to do it. So you got to figure that all out to make sure it's even. It's a lot of math. There's no doubt about it. Anything else of note, Kylie, that happened this weekend?
No, that's about it. I mean, he was just really on point. Like, he was trying to do extra things around the house. So I was very impressed.
You want to give him a letter grade then?
Oh, I'm going to. And actually, no yard work involved. You're getting an A+ because of how over the top you were. Yep.
Bro.
I guess I should mark. You know what? I'm doing this for extra credit.
I got to be honest, Kylie. Big J was very, he set the table this morning where he's thinking, what were you thinking you were going to get? Like a C?
C+, somewhere in that neighborhood.
But look, your first ever A+. You've never gotten an A+ before. You've gotten A's and A-minuses, but an A+.
Yeah, it's going to be a good winter, guys.
Congratulations, Big J. Kylie, you made Big J's day.
Now I got to learn how to paint.
Well, it's like paint the fence, like the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
Time to head to Home Depot and get some Ryobi stuff.
Congratulations, Big J. Thank you, Kylie, for joining us. We always appreciate that. You have a good one, okay?
Yeah, you're the best. I love you.
Take care.
Oh, a rare I love you on air. Good job, Kylie. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will do some important stuff. That's happening next on the X Rocks.
Important stuff. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by the Ski Swap, Big J. It's going on this weekend. Starts on the 30th, goes all the way through November 2nd, but the X going to be out there this Saturday, noon to 2, broadcasting live from Expo, Idaho for the 74th annual Ski Swap. It's been 74 years, Big J. You weren't even a twinkle in your dad's eye when this thing started. You understand?
Yeah, people skied back then.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't think boarding was the thing, but it is now. And it is the event that Idaho skiers and snowboarders definitely look forward to every year. Great priced gear will be found at the Ski Swap at Expo, Idaho. If you want more details, go to bbsef.org. But you make sure you join us on Saturday out there at Expo, Idaho. It's like $5 to get in and crazy deals everywhere you look. And if you're looking to get rid of some stuff, it's a great place to do that as well.
Yep.
So think about it, won't you? Big J, 2025 may be known, at least in the United States of America, as the year of the side hustle. Because more adults that have full-time jobs, Big J, are working a second job, a side hustle, than any other time in U.S. history. And they're getting weird with it because there's a lot of things you can do now for a side hustle that you couldn't do back in the day.
Yeah.
And they're getting crazy, like in professional line sitting, breakup text writing services, all sorts of stuff. They're really quirky. About 29% of people that have a side hustle consider their extra income methods quirky. Like it's not something that they would normally do, like creating custom jingles or designing miniature graveyards or some sort of Etsy shop that they have fired up that's weird that they are trying to make a imprint with. And of course, the younger you are, Big J, the more likely you are to have a quirky kind of side hustle. But more people over the 18 are working 2 jobs than ever before. We got to make ends meet, buddy.
Yeah, it sucks.
We gotta pay those grocery bills, and so it sometimes means that we're working weird jobs, but at least we're having fun with it. Isn't that nice?
Well, you hope so.
About 57% of people that are working 2 jobs say they do actually like what they consider their side hustle a little bit more than their regular job, but it's tougher to do that full time and have a serious income messing around with it. But it is interesting that that's the way that it's working right now, is we like to get weird. I mean, maybe it gives us a chance to be creative, but I certainly would wish that we could do these things without feeling like it's a necessity for us to do so in order to make ends meet.
Not going to make it if I don't do this.
Right. I mean, that's not the kind of thing that I think spurs creativity, but it's nice that people are finding positives to spin it in. Because, I mean, if you don't, Big J, you're just never going to get out of bed because you're just depressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to at least put up those blinders. It sounds like we're doing it voluntarily as opposed to having it assigned to us. Big J, it wasn't the beatdown you were hoping for, but I don't think the game was really ever in doubt Friday night when the Broncos took the field on the road against Nevada. It wasn't a high-scoring affair. It was tied pretty early on for a while there, but then the Broncos pulled away, and the final score was 24-3 on a Friday night. Did it leave you pleased, or were you hoping that you were going to rub their nose in a little bit more?
I wanted some destruction.
But, I mean, that's a dominating victory. It's not a high-scoring victory, but it's a dominating victory, right?
Sure.
They ended up looking good. Maddox Mason, Sire Gaines, Dylan Riley all had touchdown runs as Boise State won on Friday night. Wasn't a lot of yards through the air in that game. Madsen had only 174 yards with a pick for Boise State, but they did hold Nevada to 247. They only raked up 308 yards of their own, so it wasn't like a. Yeah.
My concern is how bad Nevada is.
They are bad,
and how bad. It wasn't. Yeah, I'm still not satisfied. No, I don't care.
Well, 24-3 is not a bad victory, and they improved to 6-2
against a crap team.
Yes, 4-0 in the Mount West. But Big J, once again, your Boise State Broncos are bowl eligible. Aren't you happy about that? Huh? Doesn't that make you happy?
Yeah.
Good. Because they're going to go bowling someplace, somewhere in the towards the end of the year. Yeah, the bowl sphere, the BCU. Big J, Wedding Crashers are returning to theaters for its 20th anniversary. You'll be able to see it on December 4th. I know. And 11th. Now, this anniversary edition includes 10 minutes of deleted scenes. You could have first seen these in the 2006 home release, but the 2005 film stars Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn as friends who crash wedding receptions. It's also got Christopher Walken in there, Rachel McAdams. It introduced the world to Bradley Cooper, if we're being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Isla Fisher's in it as well. Jane Seymour, Dr. Quinn herself, Big J, popping up in there as I would say a sexually frustrated woman. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on with that one.
And so it's returning to theaters. It's a fun movie. I don't think I'd ever want to throw down the money to see it in a theater, but I can understand why you would want to, I suppose.
No, I don't.
No?
Why? It's a comedy.
10 minutes of extra scenes,
I guess you can get that on the DVD or something.
True, you can. Yes, you can. But yeah, I mean, you might as well if it's one of your favorite movies.
It's available. It's on constantly on a loop somewhere on cable TV. I mean,
it is. But Big J, come on. I mean, it does have extreme nudity that's cut out of that cable TV viewing. So why not enjoy it on the big screen?
See you there,
like the director intended it. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We have another clue in the X-Rock murder mystery. It's coming your way next on the X.
Stories that are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to hell and you know it.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode of Detective Big J. Big J, we need you on the case to figure this one out.
All right.
And
I got my gumshoes on.
I think your years on the force will point you in the right direction because if I've
0 years on the
seen
force.
anything from television shows, it's that you got to follow your gut when it comes to this stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Very weird case coming out of Farmington, New Mexico that perhaps you can help us with. The case started last week when a gentleman, a 51-year-old Colorado resident named Jason Roth, walked into a Walmart there in Farmington, New Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. And he is by himself, and he's going shopping. He's got a cart. He's pushing around. He goes, oh, God, I got the green apple splatter so bad. I need to go to the bathroom stat. And
Walmart
so
does that to you.
He goes into the Walmart bathroom, and there's somebody in the stall, so he waits. That person leaves. He goes in. He sits down. He feels a very sharp pain in his lower thigh. And he's like, what the hell? He turns around, stands up, and he notices that medically taped to the side of the toilet are 2 syringes with a questionable pink fluid inside. So
What
Jason,
the hell?
he doesn't see like there's blood on his thigh or anything, but he does take a picture of these syringes, and he notifies Walmart authorities. They contact police. Police show up, and they look at the scenario that's happening, and they take Jason's statement. And Jason says that he was waiting for whoever walked out of that bathroom stall was definitely either Hispanic or Native American, and then had a demonic symbol on his shirt, right? And they're like, okay, that's weird. And so they grab the syringes, obviously, tested for prints. There's nothing there. But they go get the liquid inside of the syringes tested. It comes back inconclusive. It's not a narcotic, but they don't know what it is. Jason can't say if it actually went in enough and, it actually left any kind of leavings in him. He tested negative for all sorts of medical stuff as
Good thing
well.
there's no leavings in there.
Then they go back and they look at the footage of outside of the bathroom to see if they can get the suspect, right? Mm-hmm. Here's where it gets weird.
Nobody
BJ.
there.
Well, certainly, nobody been in the bathroom for at least 15 minutes before Jason went in the bathroom himself. Yeah. And the last person that went out of that bathroom was very white and didn't have any demonic T-shirt on. Yeah. And so they're trying to piece
this dude
together.
did this. He did it.
And then they're like, hang on, you're from Pueblo, Colorado. Why are you in New Mexico? And he's like, well, I got transferred. I'm in the Army, and so I'm selling my house in Pueblo, and apparently I'm going to be transferred out here, so that's why I was here. My house is for sale. And officers start looking, and yes, the house is for sale, but they also see that he has been discharged from the Army, so he's not an active military member currently either. Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to piece this story together. There's something going on here where the officers don't believe it because they listed the case as inactive. So I think they might think he's done it to himself. He also has been contacted from various different people to try to get more for their story. All of a sudden, he's not talking and wants to get a lawyer and isn't sure how this is going to go. So, Detective Big J, is this all just a bunch of BS and he did it to himself?
Yeah, he did this.
What the hell?
It's an attention grabber.
Why, Detective Big J? Why
I
would he
have
do
no
that?
idea why somebody would do that.
I think he's trying to sue Walmart, is really what it boils down to. It feels like this could be a lawsuit for them not checking their restrooms. There were syringes taped to it, and maybe it would be an easy settlement or whatever the case may be. But it does feel fairly fraudulent, especially if there's nobody coming in and out of that bathroom. That's very weird. That's like red flag number 1.
Exactly.
I mean, not that there's any cameras in the bathroom you can't see, but like if he said that he was waiting for a stall and nobody had come out, another thing that you would think people would know you were lying about. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty easy to see who came in and out of that bathroom. I'm guessing
very easy.
There's cameras everywhere. Why you would come up with a fabrication like that is silly.
Yeah, I think that the telling tale right there is who he says came out of the bathroom right before he went in and how they don't exist.
Yeah.
That's... I mean, witness statements are usually not correct anyways for the most part, but that seems like it's very racist and pointed, and
it's not great. Yeah, it's not a good look. And God knows what's inside that syringe. It's probably like soap or something. Yeah. But even still, he probably never sat down on it either. He probably just took a picture of the syringes and like, I sat on this. The needles are so small you can't see the actual, markings, but I did. I don't think it's going to work for him. That's my point. Thank you, Detective Big J.
You're welcome.
You're dismissed. With honor.
Can I have my fee, please?
You're working pro bono on this case.
I will send you a receipt.
I believe you're thinking of the word invoice.
Thank you. That's
Morning
it.
After with Nick
Where's
and
my secretary?
Big J. Important stuff next on the X Rocks.
Man, she a legend.
important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by T Mazda, the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at T Mazda easier now than ever thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved, not a single effect on your credit. You should check it out. You should log on to GoTeamCredit.com today, see exactly what's going on, maybe drive off in that dream car of yours before you know it, thanks to that website. Thanks, T Mazda. Big J, not really surprising, I suppose, but still not great when you look upon it. New research reveals that almost 2/3 of adults here in the United States of America have some sort of sleep problem or issue. They surveyed 20,000 people, and they found that 21% have what they would call moderate sleep concerns. Another 40% say, hey, listen, probably significant issue. Key problems including waking up multiple times per night, taking about 30 minutes or more to actually fall asleep, and then getting up earlier than they had thought. All of these are problems where you're not getting sound and consistent and good sleep throughout the night. It's a real concern that sleep problems have never been greater, but the advice so often doesn't, address the root causes, which is part of the problem. Health worries keep 34% awake. Financial concerns, 28%. Poor sleep causes headaches in 40% of respondents. Reduces productivity for the same number. And we all know that we need good sleep. We all just struggle to get it. And one of the biggest problems, we can talk about turning off your cell phone and all these kind of things, being in the right environment. But what it really boils down to in a lot of cases, Big J, is our brain won't stop working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sleeping shouldn't be a skill. I'm so good at sleeping. You don't even know. It shouldn't be that way. It should be like something that naturally happens.
But we're so riddled with anxiety and nerves and whatever the case may be that the one time we get that we can actually lay down and not have to think about anything, just intrusive thoughts get into our brain and then sleep becomes elusive. That's not great.
Yeah, you got to quiet your mind.
Yeah. And like Wado said, Big J, you got to open your mind too.
At the same time. It's very confusing.
It's tough. And if you do it right, you got something crawling out of your stomach, so it's not really a W. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The World Series moves to Los Angeles tonight for Game 3. Of course, tensions are high between the players as everything is still on the line for a championship for these two teams after a very long season. Two players may have a little less pressure on them. Blue Jays infielder Buddy Kennedy and reliever Jose Urena. That's because both of these guys made appearances for both teams this season. That means no matter what happens, both those players, Big J, will get a World Series ring, regardless of how the series goes down, because that's how it goes. It's the way it's always been. If you at some point were on that team during the long season, you usually get to celebrate in the, whether you were traded, let go, sent down to the minors, whatever the case may be. If you were part of the team at some point, you usually get a ring. And these two players were on the Dodgers earlier this year and then got traded to the Blue Jays. And so they're going to get a ring no matter what. Although I'm sure they'd probably rather have the team that they were played for win the World Series to get them the ring. They're going to walk away with it. Big J, a big part of most of people's childhood that's our age was the Jim Henson Company. Whether you were a fan of Sesame Street and watched it growing up, or you you watched The Muppet Show or Fraggle Rock or any of the other Jim Henson Labyrinth. I mean, we're talking about all this stuff when you were a kid. It is celebrating their 70th anniversary as a company by auctioning more than 400 items from its archives. That includes Miss Piggy's lavender heels from the Great Muppet Caper movie. They're expected to go for about $10,000. Baby Kermit's rocking chair and the Crystal of Truth prop from the Dark Crystal. They expect that to go for about $30,000. But the auction is going to take place on November 25th, so you could own a piece of Jim Henson and Muppet history, Big J. Any interest in your end?
No.
How come?
I don't have the money for that.
Well, some of it's going for pretty cheap. Like, you can get Baby Kermit's rocking chair. The starting bid's only $250.
Heidi-ho. No, thank you.
And so you have an opportunity to do it. Favorite Jim Henson property, go, Big J.
I guess, let's go with the Muppets.
All right, but what part? The movies, the TV show, there's been multiple TV shows.
I mean, I couldn't give you a for sure one.
That's
I just
crazy.
I don't know, I didn't spend a lot of time watching it.
Do you have a favorite Muppet? Hard stop. Is it Kermit? Because you can do him?
Yeah, because that's it. That's why.
Is there any... can you
Oscar
give me...
the Grouch.
Okay.
Because he's Grouch.
That fits the bill. That's what I was looking
There you
for.
go.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff.
Rest in peace, Jim Henson.
Our Pop Culture Smackdown is next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Pop Culture Smackdown.
Right.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Hey, and up for grabs tonight, something cool happening. Adam Sandler is going to be at the Ford Idaho Center Arena. So we'll get you tickets to that event here. You can go have some fun tonight if you can beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
Tickets on us to go check out Adam Sandler. I would call him a funny man. Agree or disagree?
Oh, one of the funniest.
Huh? And so if you want to go tonight free of charge, you need to get on the phone and defeat Big J in Popular Culture Smackdown. 208-287-1003 is our number if you think you got what it takes. You're going to have to know something about movies. Big J's going to have to know something about television shows, but television shows that I know Big J has watched.
God, I hope so.
And so there's that.
I need a win.
Hello,
Yeah.
the X.
Hello.
Hey, man, what's up? What's your name?
It is Jordan.
All right, Jordan, you're up first. Jordan, Felicity Jones played Jyn Erso in what Star Wars movie?
Felicity Jones, which Star Wars movie?
Yeah. You know.
Call it a saga.
The Phantom Menace?
No, it is not Phantom Menace, but thank you for playing, and George Lucas thanks you for taking part in his prequel. Hello, the X. Yellow.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Felicity Jones played Jyn Erso in what Star Wars movie?
Hello?
Yeah, dude.
We hear you.
Felicity Jones played Jyn Erso in what Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back.
Wrong.
No.
Jyn Erso.
I thought people really liked this movie.
I do. I know the answer. Could have given it to me. I
Hello,
know
the
this
X.
one.
How's it going?
Hey, Felicity Jones played Jyn Erso in what Star Wars movie?
Rebel One.
Right.
A Star Wars story. That is correct. You are officially taking on Big J. What is your name, sir?
Fast.
All right, Big J. In the television show Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff, his name was Michael Knight when he worked for the company, but that was not his real last name. What is the real last name of Michael Knight in Knight Rider?
Oh, man.
The character played by David Hasselhoff. His name is Michael what?
Let's go with Michael Jones.
You're not too far off.
Gotta be.
'cause
It's something
pretty
like.
generic.
Yeah, pretty generic. Michael
But-
Smith.
No, 4 letters, starts with an L. Not short, but.
Not short, but
Not short, but. Dot.
Lathandrus.
That's not 4 letters.
Lufthansa.
Not 4 letters.
Luke. Mike Luke.
Michael Long.
Right.
Long. Not short, but long. Get it now?
What episode they revealed that name?
The pilot. Congratulations, man. You got tickets to go check out Adam Sandler this very evening at the Ford Idaho Center Arena. Hold on tight. We'll get some information from you and make sure you're all good to go. Morning after with Nick and Big J. We got some headlines. They're coming up next on the X Rocks. Headlines are as follows, Big J. Snack attack. Take it easy. And not real.
Take it easy.
Reba Wilson is facing multiple charges after she got very upset at her HVAC technician, Nate Bard, when he said that it was a $70 diagnostic fee to repair her dryer. Wilson was very upset about this, claiming that she had warranty coverage, and he said, yes, no, it's absolutely right. The repair doesn't cost you anything, but it still costs $70 for me to show up and tell you what's wrong with your dryer. You understand that, right? That is when Reba Wilson pointed a gun, Big J, and said, quote, "You're going to fix my dryer." And that's when she also said, "I don't want to pay for your $70 diagnostic fee." And he said, quote, "I don't work for free." So he pretended to work on the appliance before escaping through the back door. That's when Wilson ran out after him and fired a shot,
Oh, damn.
screaming things like, quote, "I'll pop a cap in your ass," which I haven't heard since like 93. So good job, Reba, with the little callback. Police did discover a shell casing on the dryer and a gun underneath her couch. She appeared in court on Friday on charges including criminal recklessness, intimidation, criminal confinement, pointing a firearm, and being a serious violent felon in possession of a weapon, Big J. All of those are against the law. You
Not
understand?
cool, man.
Yeah, also, just trying to fix your dryer.
Hey, not his fault.
No, it's the company probably gives him, the diagnostic fee, right? It's not like he's putting that in his pocket.
Yeah.
Messed up. And she didn't get her dryer fixed on top of all of it because he just pretended to fix it.
Least of her problems.
Yeah, she's got free laundry for days in prison. Big J, snack attack or not real?
Let's go with snack attack.
Artificial intelligence may be smart, but it's not perfect, Big J. It often makes mistakes. And high school student in Baltimore learned that the hard way when he suddenly found himself staring down the barrel of about 6 police officers' guns. Investigators say it happened at football practice at Kenwood High School. And 17-year-old Takai Allen was just hanging out with his teammates on the bleachers, snacking on a bag of Doritos. Suddenly, alarms start going off. Sirens sounded, and he is surrounded by 8 different police cars. And officers jump out with guns drawn at Tiki. Allen was ordered to get on the ground. He was then cuffed and searched. Turns out, Big J, the school took part and paid for a new AI-powered gun detection system, and it mistakenly mistook Allen's bag of Doritos for a handgun. And the system flagged the image from a school security camera, triggering a police response. Allen was eventually released when officers realized he wasn't armed at all, and the incident is now sparking questions about how reliable this AI high-stakes situation is if it's making messes like that bag of Doritos is a handgun.
Hey, what flavor is this Caliber? Ranch or nacho cheese?
Right. I mean, I'd rather be safe than sorry, but if it's not functioning correctly, then we're wasting resources and money and all this other stuff on false alarms, which is supposed to be not what that stuff is doing, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Seems like it might be time to reassess whether or not that's a smart thing or not. Wrap it up with not real. Newark, New Jersey authorities have determined that all of the monkey sightings that are happening around the city apparently stem from a social media hoax featuring AI-generated content. Public Safety Director Emmanuel Miranda says that police received reports Thursday morning and Friday about a bunch of monkeys loose at Georgia King Village. Animal Control received similar calls about monkeys roaming around Newark streets the day before. Officers conducted searches, reported the areas clean, and also discovered no evidence of primates whatsoever. Apparently, there have been no monkeys on the loose in New Jersey, but there are a bunch of photos and videos posted on social media regarding the incident, all of them generated from the AI content creator Sora. Big J, are you familiar with it?
Yeah, you can't miss it.
It's tricking a lot of my friends, and it's making me very worried about
your friends are idiots.
I know. Believe me.
It's clear. Again, it's context, and most of the time, at least on TikTok, there's a little watermark.
Yes.
On those, and it's like, this can't be real. If that's your first thought, then it probably isn't.
But I'm seeing it with obviously older friends on my social media that are posting heartwarming fake things, like a dog protecting a baby from a TV falling.
Those are immediately so full of baloney.
But it's all, and this is what a great dog protecting a kid. But it's I get the message is good, but it's also fake as bleep, and you are falling for this AI-generated content. And so now I don't know how that translates into people calling police saying they saw a monkey when that's not real, but maybe they just want to join in on the fun, Big J. Because,
well, I mean, if there was a concerted effort by somebody who wanted to make it look like something was happening that wasn't happening just for fun, let's put it that way, they could probably pull that off using that.
Yeah, it's definitely a technology that's already being abused. There's no doubt about it. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. It is the X-Rocks. And a Sublime, that is Santeria here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And Big J, not everything is going great in Hollywood for one of what many people consider to be one of the greatest writer-directors of all time.
Yeah, listen, you know what? Betting on yourself, I mean, a lot of times, more often than not, we only hear when it pays off. Usually, and sometimes betting on yourself, not a good idea. And Francis Ford Coppola bet on himself and put all of his money, for the most part, in trying to bring Megalopolis to the big screen, and he did.
Yeah. He accomplished that dream.
I don't know. I don't remember the budget on that, but it was in the hundreds of millions.
$120 million.
Oh, that's it?
Of his own money for him to do that.
Yeah, and it obviously didn't go over well. And as you were just telling me, it's not even available on video on demand. You can't stream it anywhere.
No, there's no way for him to recoup the costs because it was independently released as well, so he distributed it out of his own pocket. and then has not cut a deal with a streaming service, probably because they don't want to pay a ridiculous amount of money for a movie that made $14 million at the box office. And he wants to recoup some of those costs, and so he's playing it very close to the vest. But the problem is, all of his money is out the door because of that.
Yeah, so he's auctioning off a bunch of luxury watches because he's broke. And one of them this is crazy, $1 million prototype FP Journe, which I'm not familiar. Obviously, I'm not a watch guy. But he co-designed it to also, and now he's going to sell the watch he co-designed in order to pay the bills.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, mistakes were made there all the way across the board. I actually paid to see Megalopolis in the theater when it was out. I went to go see it on my own, and there were like 15 people in the theater on opening weekend. I knew it was going to be a disaster, but I wanted to see it because I heard how bad it was. And it truly is a terrible, terrible film that I really don't understand what happened in. But I had a good time in it because there are a lot of performances that are very comically over the top and insane. And it's crazy to see some of the things that he did in a nonsensical movie that has some crazy writing. And it's clearly like a fever dream of Francis Ford Coppola that's trying to create this world that makes zero sense whatsoever. And so I don't know. There's a reason why every studio passed on this, and it had to be a passion project for him that came out of his own money because it's incomprehensible. But it is truly amazing that it has been made at such an epic scale and out of his pocket for so much money, and that it came back to absolutely blow up in his face is also something that is interesting. So if you can stomach it and you can find it, I do recommend that you watch it just to see like how crazy and bonkers it is, but it is not a surprise that it was a disaster.
2020, was that 2025 or 2024?
I think it was last year, yeah.
Bad year for betting on yourself because Costner lost a bunch of money too with his movie that he was paying for. So maybe don't do that later in your life.
Self-financed movies are so often a disaster that you have to really think twice about it, especially when they're on grandiose scales. I mean, listen, one of our favorite bands and people in the world, Metallica, also did the same thing, and it was a disaster for them as well, financially. I mean, it's hard to finance a big budget movie out of your own pocket and recoup those costs if you're not dealing with a studio that's going to help you distribute it and advertise it and market it, and it becomes a absolute disaster. So yeah, movies are particularly hard to do that. It's easier when it's like on a Deadpool scale where like you know you've got the property and the budget for that first movie was $14 million or something. It's not like 120 or Metallica's 88 million or whatever it is coming out of your own pocket where you're like, hey, listen, if this thing doesn't make a crap ton of money, we're getting our lunch ate.
Yeah, so let's shove that morning after
I like the script though. I do like the script. I think it's funny. I think it needs to be punched up a little bit. But yeah, we're going to have to self-finance that on our own.
It was making me feel jerky boyish. So,
but you know what? We could also crowdfund it. You know, that way it's not coming out of our pockets either. We can just go right to Kickstarter and see if they want to pony up for the $100 million Morning After movie. But who plays you, Big J?
We don't know. We just have a script.
Depends on who we can afford.
Yeah.
Morning After with
Not
Nick
me.
and Big J. Oh, come on. You do great. We got ourselves some bad impressions. They're next on the X Rocks.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yes, and we will hook you up tonight. Adam Sandler in town. He'll be out in Nampa at the Ford Idaho Center Arena for You're My Best Friend. And we'll get you set up with those tickets if you can figure out bad impressions for a very famous person.
All right. Phone number is 208-287-1003. If you want to go check out Adam Sandler tonight, but you've never played Bad Impressions before, it works like this. Big J is going to lay out for you 3 different clues. All 3 of those clues are going to point you in the direction of somebody that is pretty famous. If you can figure out who that famous person is in 3 clues or less, it's you. Going to Adam Sandler tonight. Isn't that cool? Agree or disagree, Big J?
Way cool, man.
All right, let's
Way
get ourselves a contestant. Hello, the X. Oh, no! Well, we tried. Hello, the X.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? What's your name, please?
Diana.
All right, Vienna, you're up first. Good luck.
2015 was a huge year for my career, starring as Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four and as Adonis in Creed.
Can I have the next one?
I wasn't done with being in the Marvel Universe as I played the baddie in Black Panther, Eric Killmonger.
Okay, what more?
My movie Sinners, which I played identical twins in, is one of 2025's best movies.
Is it Michael? I don't know.
You're halfway
I
home.
mean, you're halfway
Does
there.
that help?
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah,
Michael
way to bring that up.
Be correct.
Google.
Good job. Hang on, Vienna. We'll hook you up with those Adam Sandler tickets. But why is Michael B. Jordan in the news?
Yeah, so I guess, at least according to Variety, it's all wrapped up here in the bag and that he is going to be Rico Tubbs in Miami Vice.
I saw that. What do you think of the casting of Mr. Crockett?
Well, so they're working on, I mean, it's not official yet. Austin Butler, I thought maybe Glenn Powell. But yeah, either one of these guys is, I think, going to be fantastic. And they're going to keep it in the 80s. Michael B. Jordan is Ricardo Tubbs. I mean, I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
He's going to bring something great to any role he plays in a movie.
He's great in anything. So, of course, that's going to be some fun. I don't know if Austin Butler has the charisma that I was thinking of for that particular character, but it doesn't mean he can't lay it on. Who knows?
Yeah, well, once you get the pastel suit, all of that on, I mean, it's going to be part of it. They're going to keep it in the 80s. And Joseph Kosinski here, he is, he's making big-ass movies. So this is going to be a big-ass movie.
All right.
So I'm stoked about it.
2026, 2027?
Yeah, 2026. I mean, that seems like it's right.
Quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'll probably get pushed back. And then Michael B. Jordan in the middle of filming, Nick, another Thomas Crown Affair movie.
Yeah, that's the one that he wrote and put together. And so, yeah, he's very passionate about this. And he's directing it, right?
That part I don't know about.
I thought he was, but I know he's definitely super into this thing and he wants to make it. So I'm all on board for whatever he decides to do. I'm a fan of his, so I get it.
Agreed.
I like it. Morning After with Nick.
He is
and
directing, you're right.
Big J. There's your bad impressions. We wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. That's the latest from Sleep Token Caramel here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J, wrapping up the show for this Monday morning. Thanks for hanging out with us. Congratulations. You witnessed Morning After history this morning if you've been with us since the very beginning. Our very own Big J got an A+ for his weekend this weekend, courtesy of his wife, Kylie, which has never happened before in the history of the segment.
And I don't agree with it.
Which is rare, because he always says he should get an A+ no matter what.
No, not necessarily. But I feel like I've put way more effort in previously.
Well, listen, sometimes, going above and beyond just for the little things is the difference maker. And it depends on moods and things going on, and maybe you were supportive in other ways, Big J, besides just doing chores,
I always try to be supportive.
Maybe there was an extra cuddle in there somewhere that you really enjoyed and you really needed, and you got that A+.
Damn right.
So congratulations on the A+. We gave away some Adam Sandler tickets for tonight's show at the Ford Idaho Center Arena. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We also gave you another clue in the X-Rock murder mystery. Couple more opportunities coming your way today, 12:30, 5:30, courtesy of Watson's Mystery Cafe. And if it doesn't get solved today, we'll bring you another clue tomorrow. And we're very excited about that. That leaves you with the floor, Big J.
Yeah, I just started to read something, Nick, because you were going to ask me. Now the floor is yours, and I don't know what to say. And there's this study about people who eat pasta without sauce.
I saw that.
And so I'm reading this, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a crime, because that's what they're saying. It's a crime to eat pasta without sauce. Yeah. But here's what frightened me and made me throw up on my mouth a little bit. 9% oppose adding ketchup to pasta. What in God's name? Who would do that?
I don't know.
Who would do that?
Now, listen, I'm Italian, so I have a very specific way about pasta, but I also have zero problem if you want to have buttered noodles. I mean, they're fine.
I consider that a sauce. I consider that a sauce.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Butter, because, a little Parmesan in there, and that's a butter pot. I think these are people who are raw dogging it completely.
Yeah, that is a crime. That's insane.
But ketchup shouldn't be anywhere near pasta.
I don't mind ketchup either, but neither of the two shall meet. That should not happen unless it's an accident on your plate, and then you should throw that plate away and set it on fire. There's no reason why you should have ketchup on noodles.
Oh, we're on the same page.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's up next. It's the X Rocks.
Boise State